Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about... Can't even hold it! That's right, I am filled with so much energy because today we are back talking about Dragon Ball, first ever Dragon Ball review, also bringing the music. That's right, we are upping some production value on this show. I'm listening to feedback from friends, other YouTubers, and hopefully from you guys coming soon. But this is the week we're going for 3 episodes of whatever this show is, 3 streams that hopefully will be uploaded to YouTube if I can figure out all the issues going on. All of the editing nightmares are so not fun. Like, I can't wait to the day where it's not just me in a bedroom doing this. It's gonna be cool. But until then, we're gonna be talking about Dragon Ball Super episode 106? Nope, my bad. We are at episode 107. 106 was last week, even though it was okay, wasn't bad. Poor TN got jobbed, but you know, that usually happens. But before we start dissecting all the cool stuff that happened in this week's episode of Dragon Ball, we have to do the most important step of the video. I hope you guys are starting to know what that is. That's right, roll that intro.
Wake up, get up, get up there. Raise your voice, I guess, like yours. Bigger and yellow fire. Why does nobody...
Alright, so episode 107 of Dragon Ball Super starts in a very cool way. We get a little bit of a flashback where we see Frost, you know, the Universe 6 counterpart of Frieza, and Champa, Beerus' brother, and Universe 6's God of Destruction. We see these two chatting, and Frost pretty much is begging, or asking, I guess, would be a better way to say it, asking Champa if he can get a pass for everything he did and get kind of a, you know, get his business restarted, as long as he promises to take out some people in Universe 7. Anyway, Champa is kind of like, yeah, you don't really have a place to talk. I mean, I could literally got you and you're gonna be gone, but sure, whatever. Yeah, you can do that. Just go knock out those dreaded Universe 7 guys for me. And it's a cool scene though. We get to see some more of Universe 6. It's kind of like palace-y looking place. It looks like it's straight out of Star Wars, like on Naboo. But I digress. We're moving on from that. Up next, we get a little bit of some Jiren action when Universe 3 decides that with the people they have left, they kind of want to remove the mystery from Jiren, along with every single Dragon Ball member, or audience member. So what they decide to do is send Maji Kaio, which is a Japanese pun, as most Dragon Ball names are, of course. But Maji Kaio, or something like that, you know, when I don't butcher the Japanese language, it pretty much means seriously. That's why they keep saying it throughout the episode. But his name is Maji Kaio. And he's like that blue liquid dude. We saw him in episode 105. He was the one holding back Goku. Then Goku's like, nah fam, and goes to help Roshi. Yeah, that same dude. Kind of the blue liquid Mr. Fantastic. And they send him in, and he's pretty much he's wanting to go after Jiren, but Dispo comes up, gets like the 1-2 kick and sends him out. It's got me excited just thinking about it. Awesome episode. Great animation. And then he's kind of like looking all blown apart, which is really graphic for Dragon Ball. So of course, you know something's up. And that's when he hits you with a surprise or not really a surprise, that he can kind of like morph his body. So he's made it look all messed up, or like kept it that way, but he can come back together. And he does, and traps Dispo, which is really cool, knowing that Dispo can move faster than the speed of light. So take that, all you Dragon Ball haters that are like, Goku can't move fast. Yeah. Goku can't move faster than the speed of light. He did it with the red form. If not, probably yet Super Saiyan 3 or something. But we know for the red form, because he was keeping up with Dispo. And Blue's even faster. So boom, back to the video. So Dispo's all, you know, held up. And pretty much we see Toppo about to step up. He's like, I got this. And then Jiren's like, no, you don't. Your boy Jiren got this. And he kind of like, he doesn't move Toppo back, but Toppo steps to the side. Jiren just looks up, and with a straight One Punch Man-esque hit, walks up, gets like in a fighting pose, and does a hit, and the force from his fist, the mere wind from his fist, sends Maji Kaio flying all the way up into the spectator stands, and he is out of the tournament. Air from One Punch knocks out the dude that Goku had to go blue to get rid of. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the spoilers are right. He's gonna need at least a Kaioken times 20 if he wants to make Jiren have like a bead of sweat. Jiren is OP as all hell, but of course every Dragon Ball villain is. That's why we love the show. So Jiren does that and secures his number 1 alpha spot. I'm sorry, Hit. Move over. You've been replaced. And then we cut to Roshi, still recovering from the event of episode 105, the sad events. Still make me cry every time I watch it, and every time he gets the speech, like the eat well, play well thing, it still tears me up. I know I'm a tiny little baby, but it was awesome. You know it, I know it. But we see him recovering, and that's when we see Frost kind of step up, and then we see what he meant when he was saying, I'll take out Universe 7. He's going after the weak members, the people in the tournament that are resting. Like, for right now, we have Kale, Caulifla, even though they're Universe 6, they're resting. And on Universe 7, we have Roshi. So Roshi's sitting there, Frost walks up, but Roshi, he's not taking it sitting down. He buffs up and fires a Kamehameha. He's keeping up with Frost pretty okay. Which, quick power scaling note, how strong is Roshi? Like, Frost is at least strong enough that Goku and Vegeta had to go Super Saiyan, or at least they wanted to. So could current Roshi fight Namek Saga Frieza? I'm mostly kidding with that, but that would be amazing to go back to the Namek Saga and see like Roshi step up and just be like, no, Super Saiyan Goku, I got this. Old buff man Roshi's gonna knock out Frieza. As funny the thought that is, we're gonna move on back to the video. Roshi is kind of on his toes because he's still weak, and Frost is, he's not holding any punches against Roshi. And Roshi ends up doing the Mafuba and almost gets Frost, but just like back in the old days with the Piccolo saga, he misses and Frost kind of slams down next to the bottle, but Frost is shaken for sure. He cannot believe that someone like Roshi had this kind of technique, so he's just shaken. Or as the kids say in 2017. So right as Frost kind of decides, yeah, we're going to be done with this, and just starts blasting Roshi. Maybe not the best phrasing, but he starts hitting Roshi. He also sees Vegeta, and then he gets even more shook. And he's like, no, can't handle this. We get into some more flashbacks. Fires at Vegeta, at which Vegeta, of course, he's going for that number 1 alpha spot. Like, he knows Jiren's kind of replaced Hit, but Vegeta's like, I got to start earning some cred back. So arms crossed and all, he just like blocks the blast like this and just looks all mad and comes over. And he actually helps Roshi, but of course, because it's Vegeta, he tells him, I'm not here to help you, I'm just here to fight this enemy. Somewhat similar back in the old days of Dragon Ball, where he'd tell Goku the same thing, and some of the movies, or I think a few times in Namek Saga. Pretty much just like, I am doing this to help you, but for the life of me, I cannot admit it. My pride would kill me. And he ends up taking the fight over for Roshi, and he starts giving Frost business, but Frost is like, hey, I've been thinking of a way to beat you, which apparently means, or is code for Magetta blast through a rock behind him, and the plan is Magetta. So, bravo Frost, you're still showing how much of a coward you are, but you're also so cool that we kind of have to forgive you for it. And you notice that Magetta has rocks like welded to his ears so he can't hear the insults. And the team up of Frost and Magetta do start to give Vegeta a little bit of trouble, but in the end, as the fight is just starting to, Vegeta's not really losing. I mean, it's harder to keep up, but a little ways into the fight, Roshi steps up and he pretty much is like, I'm not gonna, just sit here and take this. Like, I'm gonna have to help, because he feels bad. So he does another Mafuba, even though he knows it's gonna kill him. He actually says something along the lines of, it's like, this old man's life is worth trading in for a victory here in the grand scheme of things, which shout out to Roshi for being the only one in the tournament that seems to understand the stakes, because most people are just treating it like it's a normal, testing of strength, but it's like, you're gonna die and you're gonna be erased. And most people are so jovial and cool with that. I appreciate Roshi being the one like, no, it's worth it if we have to have some sacrifices here and there. So he does the Mafuba, but it's exactly what Frost wanted, because Frost does the Mafuba reflection technique. Pretty much just he saw Roshi do it, and because he's so cunning and just writing, he's able to reflect it onto Vegeta and then slam Vegeta into the urn. So now Vegeta is captured, and things are not looking good for him. And every Vegeta fan's heart, I knew right at this moment, they just had to be beaten a little bit faster, because he's about to get knocked out of the tournament without doing anything. But there's no need to worry, Vegeta fans, because Roshi declares that he's not going to let his stupidity, which it really wasn't stupid, it was just bad luck, but he calls it that, get Vegeta knocked out, because he knows how big of a player Vegeta is. So he ends up firing a blast, and Frost kind of dodges it easily. But because it's Frost and he's just so, he's just loving this, the fact that he's won, he's not paying attention. And Roshi's blast, he does like this, and it comes back and it knocks off the top of the bottle, releasing Vegeta in what's such an awesome moment. Vegeta's kind of like, presence comes out of the little demon seal, but it's like a blue energy, but then it goes and you see Vegeta like powering up into blue at the same time. It's amazing, music's awesome. Vegeta's voice actor just doing an amazing job as always, giving the scream. Vegeta goes blue, blast off Vegeta's little rock ears, and just starts calling him all the stupid, cheesy names he can. I think he actually only calls him one. I think he calls him like a bastard. But that gets the point across, and Vegeta just shuts down. And then Frost is like, hey, you won this. Bravo. Don't worry, I'll be back. Throws a little blast at the bottom, and then he is out of there. So Vegeta pretty much takes the opportunity, since Frost is just, left. And he knocks Vegeta off the stage, and he goes up to Roshi. And Roshi's really out of it right now because he's given up so much energy. He's pretty much close to death. And Vegeta just tells him, hey, take a senzu, get out of here, you've done enough. And in kind of a respectful moment between the two, he tells him to like retire. Not retire from fighting, but from the stage. And so Roshi just kind of, again, he's very delusional. It's one thing you have to keep in mind here. He just kind of falls backwards off the stage and lets it happen. And when he gets up there, Beerus, Krillin, and Tenshinhan already have a senzu bean, so they get him fixed. And he's so out of it, he's like, where am I? And they tell him he's in the fighter stands, at which point he's just kind of like down. He feels like he hasn't done anything, or he just feels bad, at least he was knocked out. But Beerus, in a very, very cool moment, the god of destruction, looks at him and tells him, my opinion of you has changed, Master Roshi. Doesn't call him old man or old timer like, Goku and Krillin do. He calls him Master Roshi, which is a very cool sign of respect, and just shows, is like, just like all of us know, that Roshi was doing some work in this tournament. He was very impressive, did a great show, and this also puts an end to that stupid theory that the ending spoiled the way people were getting knocked out of the tournament. Toei's not going to do that. That'd be way too easy for us to pick up on. Some other quick things to mention that I forgot in a little overview of the episode is Goku was going to go help Roshi, but he gets stopped by Ribrianne, which is going to be all shown in episode 108. Yeah, 108, where we're going to see those two fight. And we also see, before Frost attacks Roshi, Roshi is kind of self-reflecting, just worried that like things don't go as well as they did in his youth. Just, again, we see like a lot of guilt from him, but he's been one of the most impressive people out of this tournament. I think, for me personally, it goes just a matter of who's been impressive. I mean, obviously Goku and Vegeta, so we're going to exclude them, but 17 and then Roshi. Like, he's been doing a lot of work. Vegeta still has the most eliminations right now. He's up to 9, I think, so he's actually the MVP of this tournament. But Roshi's up there, just doing some awesome feats, and like he even did enough to impress Beerus, which is just such a cool moment to see, especially for all the fans of the OG Dragon Ball, to see now, like, everyone's still giving him the respect he deserves. It's a really cool moment. So that's the brief little overview of the episode. All in all, my thoughts were, it was awesome. I actually didn't hate last week's episode. A lot of people weren't too big fans of it, but it was cool to see a different take on like the tournament instead of just normal, punch, punch, kick, kick. To see like a tactical sniper battle was cool. Tenshinhan getting knocked out was, whatever. I like Tien, but he was kind of like my least favorite character. The Roshi knockout was a bit more meaningful. I think this one was better. It's up there for 105 with me. 105 is probably one of my favorite episodes of Super ever. Just, that was so emotional, so cool. We saw Goku cry. It doesn't get much more emotional than that. But this one was a great way for him to leave. There have been a few people that feel Vegeta wasn't the best person to tell Roshi to retire. I think it works because I don't think Goku and Krillin have it in them to tell Roshi to like give up. But if he had kept pushing, he would have ended up dying. So I think this was a good place for him to make his exit. It's on his own terms. He wasn't beaten. He just went as far as he could. And he's like, all right, I'm done. And Vegeta coming in, and even Vegeta shows respect by being, not like insulting him. He just says it's time to retire, telling him before he dies, and also saying leave it to me. Like, he knows he's done a good job. He's like, you've done more than enough. Leave it to us. We've got it. Just a very cool episode. A lot of respect to Roshi. So his part in the tournament just was so well done. Like Krillin, he was good. He had a great moment in his episode. I would have loved to see a bit more. but he was still done some justice. TN2 to a certain extent, but Roshi, by far and above, I think, has gotten the best treatment for a person that's been eliminated so far. And next week's looking pretty good. It's apparently going to be about Gohan fighting someone else when Frieza is just watching him and not doing anything, and there's a possible betrayal on the way. Though we're not sure if it's Frieza and Frost betraying Universe 7, or because the preview, you know, it's cut in a certain way, it makes you have a lot of questions. There's possibly Frost betraying Frieza. It's gonna be really, really cool to see how those play out, but I'm really excited for it. But yeah, definitely watch episode 10. Had a bit of a brain fart there for a minute. Definitely watch episode 107 of Dragon Ball Super. It was very, very good. I can't recommend it enough, and I'm just really excited to see what happens in the next one. So, as I said, this week we're gonna have a lot more content. We're gonna have streams all 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Videos going up Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's gonna be a fun time. Hope to see you guys there. And please like and subscribe. You know, message me on Twitter if you want to get involved. Hop in the Twitch chats. That's always helpful. It keeps things, you know, going smoother. I also have a Patreon, but that's a bit for later. That's just to help me get out of the spare bedroom. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for just being a part of this, and I will see you guys in the next one.